We was done today, but I forgot. I had this chart to go over with y'all in another picture I gotta show y'all. So this is part 3. So the final empire unveiled. So in 605 BC to 539 BC, we see Babylon, which was the first kingdom, Nebuchadnezzar. Daniel specifically identified this head of gold known as the winged lion as the beginning of the one world empire. Remember, there was no lapse in these kingdoms or empires. They ruled one after another all the way to the end. So from 539 to 331 BC was Medo-Persia. Daniel saw the rising of this bear also as the breast and arms of silver in its age. There is no lapse, even a day, in this empire. 331 to 168 BC, we got Greece. This is the belly and thighs of brass, known as the leopard. 168 BC to 324 AD. Here's the fourth the fourth empire, which will be Rome, the last empire. The legs of iron, the Iron Legion, conquers Greece as the beginning of the fourth beast. This is the final beast, just as the statue identifies. It becomes infused, but remains. You know how they told us the Roman Empire fell? But it never fell, y'all. You know what happened? They gave it to us. They tell us the answer. The new Holy Roman Empire. It's right there in the name. And that's when Constantine the Great moved the capital to Turkey in 324 AD. And this became the new Rome. As predicted by Daniel, this is not a different power, but an infused one. The new Rome was now Turkey, where the seat of Satan is, Pergamos. That's Revelations chapter 2, verse, I forgot the verse for now. I think 13. Could be wrong. But Pergamos, that's Turkey, where the seat of Satan is. And as the synagogue of Satan was the power. So from 395 to 1453, the longest empire, the Byzantine Empire. Remember how we read in Ezra talking about that? The Byzantine Empire. This is an offshoot of Constantine's New Rome. It's Ezra's second and longest lasting of the empires within the final eagle. He was accurate way before it even happened. 1453 to 1952 AD. These are present times. This is after Christ's death now. This is history we can look back on. Great Britain. End of 100 Years' War subdued France under the power of the World Empire of Britain, which began its rise and expansion of Gog into the largest empire in history. Same year Byzantine fell. Look it up, y'all. You ain't gotta believe me. Look it up. So this was the first head. The United States is the second head. The United States, the second eagle head, is set up by the British Empire and Gog of Magog to rule. This empire, which doesn't call itself such, is in decline in our age as the final head rises. So the third head that's rising now, the reason why y'all see the United States in decline, remember, it would not rule as like the Byzantine was the longest one ever, the longest empire to rule. Remember, Ezra said that this empire was going to rule the longest and another one was going to follow right after. That would not rule with as much time as this empire had. So now, of course, every empire that come after would not rule that long either. So the United States been ruling for what? 250 years? They just had a 250 year anniversary, whatever they called it. And it's in decline. Y'all see it. You think the government shut down and all that? I think this by mishaps. Nobody's gonna save y'all but Christ. I keep telling y'all, money ain't gonna save you. No matter who y'all think y'all electing, it's not gonna save you. Everything is headed to this last empire, which is going to be Rome, the Vatican / Zionism. It's the hidden power most think is a church and synagogue. Is a power behind nations. This state religion and synagogue of Satan was infused with government from at least 324 AD, opposing the Bible. So the first beast from the sea leads the final head government, which is communism, still the Vatican and Zionism. The second beast from the earth will be the false prophet, which promotes the beast worship. The two horns is the Vatican and Zionism. And this, what we're talking about right here, is from Revelation chapter 13. To give y'all some understanding of what all this tie into. The two feathers that's attached that Ezra was talking about, that's attached to the final head, is Russia. That's a feather attached to the final head, which is communism. China is another feather attached to the final head, communism. Because if y'all remember, Russia moved communism to China. And these are just antithesis, pawns used by the final head. And one last thing I'm going to show y'all, how they putting it right in our face. They don't hide it at all. I'm going to show y'all how Rome, the Vatican, is showing exactly who they are and what time we in. We got less than half of a century left till all this is over with. Look what they put in front of the United Nations headquarters in New York City. They literally telling y'all, we are the beast. The beast from Daniel and the eagle from 2nd Ezra. Can y'all see? This was literally the statue that was in front of it. Now, when people start to make noise about it and tying it to the Bible, you know what they did? They took it away. They took it down. Why would y'all do that? Y'all put this big beast in front of the United Nations. Now watch this. Y'all see right here, Great Britain fell, lost its power, or the first head declined, so the second head can rise in 1952. Guess what else started in 1952, y'all? We gotta pull up the web. What year? Oops. United Nations. Say, what year did the United Nations form? They say October 24th, 1945 in San Francisco, California. All right, you can say, well, Trey, what were you trying to prove? Let's see. So you got to know how to word these things to get past their lies. So it was formed in 1945. Okay. All right, what year was the building? What year did the United Nations building? What year was the United Nations building built in New York City? Let's go for that one. Aha. The main buildings of the United Nations headquarters in New York City were constructed between 1947 and finished in 1952. What do you know? What do you know? What? The final building completed, the General Assembly building was completed in 1952. Can't make it up. Can't make it up. Let's see. Uh-oh. I can't pause and stop on this. 1952, the same year the second head rose, the same year the United States, the second head of the eagle rose, the power was handed to the United Nations. These United Nations, the United Heads of the eagle. I can't make it up, man. So you telling me it's a coincidence that the United Nations was founded, or the building completed in 1952 in New York as their headquarters. It's a coincidence that these same people put this eagle, the bear, the lion, the tiger, I'm sorry, I said the tiger, the lion, the bear, the eagle, all that in front of their building. That's their logo right there. Now, just for y'all non-believers, if y'all don't believe, let's see, let's go back to the internet. Pull that up. Pull that up and we're going to type in United Nations beast statue. Boom. So you see, it raised a lot of noise. It looked like the end times beast referred to in Daniel 7 of Revelation. And then they say, so people was asking questions, does the United Nations statue resemble the end times? They say no, the statue has nothing to do with Daniel and John's vision about beasts, because they are representatives of nations and kings. Oh, come on, you stupid. Y'all think we dumb. So I hope y'all understand and appreciate this information that I'll be teaching y'all. Take y'all to the Bible and break it down, because you got liars who gonna keep on deceiving y'all. Do it take a rocket scientist to tie all this together? I just showed y'all, man. So I want to show y'all that this is real. They put it there. It say end times beasts no longer on display at the United Nations. And they took it away. The United Nations, unite the nations. The United Nations, let me show you what their logo is. You know what they so-called motto is. Their motto is what is it? Safety and security. Yep, safety and security. This their motto. Straight from their thing, from their website. United Nations Department of Safety and Security. Sounds good, right? But the Bible say, when they say peace and safety, for when they should say peace and safety, then sudden destruction coming upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Now I'm done for the day. This part 3. I can go on and on, but I gotta keep y'all plates as small as I could, so y'all don't get overstuffed, overwhelmed with the information. Try to make it simple for y'all, man. Don't give me a hard time. Take time to study. Don't let the world dictate what you know. Do you think for yourself, or is you led and persuaded by the world? Only you can answer that. Only you know the truth. The end It's fast, fast approaching.